Hey, 7K member, congratulations. You just joined the greatest opportunity of your lifetime. I'm Bob Reid. You're going to be part of my group. You'll be part of a growing team. I have 17 plus teams right now and I know that's going to grow even bigger and bigger and bigger. But I want to personally welcome you to 7K, to our success group, and encourage you to do all you can to learn about securing your financial wealth through learning about things you have never been taught about. God's money, gold and silver. You haven't been taught about it on purpose. I've been teaching gold and silver now for over 38 years. Uh, I've bought from every major player. I know just about every major player, discount broker in the marketplace, have bought from them. I've stored gold and silver in vaults before 7K had them. I I participated in that industry, and I participated in network marketing. Uh, I have an extremely simple system. So to just tell you a little bit about myself, not too much, but I'm a chemical engineer. I have a master's in business from Louisiana State University, LSU, Fighting Tigers. Uh, I got that MBA in 1971. I did a 5 year chemical engineering program at that time. After my military service obligation during the Vietnam era, I did not serve in Vietnam. I served in Europe. Uh, but I went to work for BASF, uh, a process manager, a project manager, or plant manager, hired away by Ethel Albemarle. Uh, I was a global product manager for 3 divisions for them. Actually, for, opened up the international marketing of that company around the world. Uh, and I I never knew anything about network marketing, multi-level marketing, the old industry, old style multi-level marketing. So, but first I want to clear something up real quick. 7K is not a multi-level marketing company. 7K is a 21st century member direct marketing company with one of the greatest referral marketing compensation plans in the entire industry of networking. As you know, you have a left team and a right team. It goes to infinity. There's no groups, no group volume, no host volumes, no all this kind of stuff, all this mumbo jumbo. They make it as easy as can. So we used to say, five on the left, five on the right, above average, $500 check, uh, and increase your wealth, grow your wealth, and earn above average check, $500. Getting to $500 extra a week is more than most people are going to get in their Social Security after working 60 years. I got prospected for network marketing, multi-level marketing in 1991. I guess I was on everybody's chicken list. I was making more than a six-figure plus income in 1991. I did it part-time. Most people do network marketing part-time. That's all we expect out of you. All I expect in my success system is for you to give 10 hours a week. Treat it like Millionaires 101, like you're getting a master's degree on the side while you're working a full-time job. Just one course a semester will require about 10 hours of your time, 3 hours class time a week, plus the time to do your homework and studying and everything. That's about what it would require. That's all this requires. You'll need to learn the skills, attitudes, and techniques to how to succeed in this industry. They're very, very simple, and they're very, very duplicatable. If you make it complex, you will not succeed. You got to do it so the housewife, the maid, the electrician, the pipe fitter, the carpenter, the roofer, the doctor, the engineer, it doesn't matter. what our backgrounds are and our business background. You got to make it so whatever you do to someone, they can do to someone else. Whatever, how you build, they can build the same way. Simplicity and duplicatability is the only way you build a large recurring income called a residual income. And I want each and every one of you to do that. I want you to do it. You just joined our team. I want you to stick around the flagpole. I want you to make a 2-year commitment to learning. You get to earn while you learn. You get to accumulate wealth. You get to learn all about gold and silver, which you've never been taught, in a very simplistic way that everyone can understand. And you get to do it on your own time, but you got to make the time. You have to prioritize your time. You don't have a boss hanging over you telling you what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. You're an independent business owner. That's why you get those 1099 home tax benefits. I want you to learn about those. I want you to learn that what many people think are expenses aren't expenses. You having your tax dollars accumulate wealth and build wealth for you. It actually pays for your membership if you're working in a W-2 job that they withhold taxes from. You need to learn that. You need to learn what the tax experts say that back up and validate what I'm telling you. In 91, I needed tax breaks. I saw the home-based business industry, and ours is an e-commerce internet gold and silver. We're basically the Sam's Club or the Costco of gold and silver. And instead of Sam's or Costco or Amazon keeping all their membership fees for themselves, 7kmetals shares it with you and me. It's just that simple. 7kmetals shares it with you and me to help build the membership of the company. And you are coming in at the right place, right time, right company, right products, right everything. And I'll explain that to you in just a second. So you have a full comprehension of what you have in your hand. Please do not let it slip through your fingers. Most of you are hearing this. I will never make a penny off of any of you because I've got $8+ million on my bank side. Okay. You'll see that in a minute. I'll show you real quick what I'm talking about. Now, if you want to change your life, if you want something more out of life than what you've been getting, or you're young, you're in your 30s, 40s, you're looking ahead, and you want to change your life for you and your family, you want a better life for you and your family, don't let this opportunity knocks normally about once in a person's lifetime, and it just knocked in yours. It's knocking at your door loud. Don't let it go away. Don't let it slip through your fingers. That's my message to you and your family. Do whatever it takes to learn how. You'll hear about Richard Wayne Hansen. He's a co-founder of this company with the other 3 co-founders, Roger Ball, Josh Anderson, Zach Davis. Well, Richard and I had the same mentor. Except Richard got to work with him personally. I didn't. I adopted him back in the 90s. His name was Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn taught Richard, taught me, and we're going to teach you. It takes 3 things to be successful in this industry. Just 3. You got to have a burning desire to want time, freedom, wealth. I mean, time, freedom, wealth. That's what I had, a burning desire of when I was a top level corporate executive and the top 1% earners in America. And I got into network marketing, multi-level marketing. In fact, at that time, I got into multi-level marketing because I saw people from all walks of life with not the education, experience, and knowledge that I have, making tons more money than me and living the lifestyle and at home with their families. That's what I wanted. So I had a burning desire. I'm going to do whatever it took for me to learn how and succeed in it. Now, if you got that, you will succeed. Well, that's just one third. That's just one of the qualities that you got to have. You got to have the willingness to work. You're your own boss. I'm telling you in my success system with my job description exactly what you got to do, and it's real simple. The simplest job description you're ever going to see in my 7 pieces of paper. That's my success system. Now, hopefully that's been gone over with you when you enroll, right after you enroll. If it hasn't been, then it's not being duplicated and not correct. So I'm not going to go over it, but I've got a lot of trainings in my band apps on the YouTube that has my 7 pieces of paper training in it. Bob Reid Success System. Just look it up. I got a lot of them. I've been doing it for 8.5 years. So I try to do one every year to refresh it. Okay. But it's the same training. None of that's ever changed because that's how I developed some of the largest organizations in network marketing in my businesses, the companies I was associated with. Because it's a simple duplicatable system and requires commitment and understanding and partnership and building in teams. Because it is true, together, everyone achieves more if we work in a team. And I teach building in teams. Your sponsor, your first upline leader that you're working with, y'all 3 or more work together in building your business. No, you aren't to go out and build it by yourself. You don't know how. That was some mistakes I made. I thought I was so intelligent and so knowledgeable and so experienced. Oh, how wrong I was when I started network marketing. Simplicity and duplicatability. A system. I got to have a system. I have systems. And my systems are proven systems and they work. It's if we were working. You got to have that burning desire for time, freedom, wealth. You got to have the willingness to work, to do what it takes to do the right things. So we'll tell you exactly what they are, but you got to do those things. And the third and extremely important, you got to be teachable and coachable. There is a right way. I teach the right way. The company teaches a lot of the basics for you, but I teach you how to build a large, huge, growing organization. So you can have a small business or you can have a giant business. That's your choice. I got the recipe for it. And I want you to know it. Now you can recreate the wheel if you want, but everybody's tried to do that hasn't succeeded many times. And believe me, I've had a lot of my own people try to recreate the wheel. But my system has never failed. So I encourage you to do my system and to teach my system and to duplicate my system if you want the same results that I have, which I've duplicated multiple times with different companies. It started with my first company, but I wasn't making the money. I built a large organization. I built over a 6-figure income in a very, very short period of time for that first company I got. But it was already a $1 billion company and everybody knew about it. And it was expanding around the globe faster, opening up countries faster than I could blink my eyes. So I realized, yeah, I was with the right company, but the wrong timing. But just like I changed jobs, or I got hired away from BASF at a big 25% salary increase. So, I mean, and getting it toward the career that I wanted to become a president of a Fortune 50 company. That was my desire back then, my ambition. But just like changing jobs, I knew how to evaluate companies, evaluate markets, evaluate legal standings. I knew all of that because that's what I did for the corporate world, making big bucks. So I started looking for the right new network marketing company. I started in 90, a little bit, about 95, I started looking after working full year and a half full time and couldn't get to that double six-figure income. I was still over that six-figure income. It wasn't growing as rapidly as I needed it to do, but I knew one. So I was looking. I saw a lot of great companies come. I saw the binary comp plan come into the marketplace in the mid 90s. Now that's a quick way to make money instead of those old multi-level breakaway or matrix deals. Okay. Now, comp plans I understand pretty well. Being a chemical engineer, math is part of what I do. So uh, it's pretty easy for me to assess a comp plan and understand it and see what it takes and compare them. And a gold and silver company hit me right in the face in 1996. And I decided I'm going to switch, just like I switched jobs. But in network marketing, when you switch, you go from a big income to no income. Now, that's a big difference than walking into a salary job, quitting one salary, picking up another salary the next day or the week. I was putting it all on the line, but it was gold and silver and it was a binary. And that company had already went through its main legal trials and it survived with flying colors. Richard Wayne Hansen was at the top of the computer in that company. That's how I met Richard Wayne Hansen, co-founder of this company in 1996. I joined that company, and with my system and how I teach and what my knowledge was of gold and silver, translating it into a coin drop script and hands, and knowing that people would rather earn gold and silver instead of buying it and earn extra money in the same time and get 1099 tax benefits. I doubled the size of that company in 3.5 months from little old Baton Rouge, Louisiana. In less than 3 years, I had over 70,000 people in my left and right teams. I made $1 million a year in commissions multiple years in a row. And a lot of people call that a master in the industry of network marketing. I made more money than Richard, and he'll tell you that I made 3.5 times more than him. But he and I, we liked each other. Man, my volume went up to him. Okay. Richard's made millions in network marketing. That's his career. And he's co-founder of this company. Well, I got spoiled with gold and silver, but at the young age of 54, I'm a multimillionaire. I don't have to work if I don't want to. I had enough money to live off of for the rest of the year if I didn't squander it. If I lived a beautiful life. But I wanted to do something. I got recruited by every network marketing company you can imagine. Flown around, want me to go to work for them. A couple of them made me these so-called special deals. I wouldn't do it because, see, that's not duplicatable. And I told them, because you're offering me a special deal, I'm not going to do it because that's not duplicate. Yeah, I can succeed, but my people can't, and I'll be lying to them, and I can't do that. So I want you to know a little bit about me and where I'm coming from. That's why I'm telling you this. I'm 78 years young right now. Richard Wayne Hansen, I couldn't find another network marketing company. I consulted for some companies with a binary plan. I did some things like that. I played, but I did real estate and real estate development to stay busy, make some money, because you get tired of fishing, playing golf, and watching TV, especially at that age. I had to do something productive. Well, I saw real estate and real estate development was going to be the big thing, so I went and got my, my required license in real estate, and that's what I did for 15 years. And just stuck with it because it was satisfying, made plenty of money in it. It didn't risk my money. And so here it was 2016, November 2016, and Richard Wayne Hansen gives me a call. Bob Reid, 5 on the left, 5 on the right, above average $500 check, gold and silver. We're going to be the Costco of gold and the Sam's Club of gold and silver, and we're going to have a residual. We're going to have a numismatic product that you buy once a month instead of lotion, potions, and pills. And you can develop a residual. I'm going to send you a video. Take a look. And, I just asked Richard one question. Who's behind you? Because I'm a businessman. And I knew Richard was just a great friend, a great networker. But I wanted to know who was behind him. He said Roger Ball. I knew who Roger Ball was. I knew his background. I didn't know him personally at that time, but I knew all I needed to know about Roger Ball. When Richard hung up and he sent me the link, I didn't even watch the video. It was very short, 3-minute, 4-minute videos. I didn't even watch the video. I enrolled my company. I enrolled my wife. I did not call my wife and ask her permission to enroll her. I enrolled her company. So I had my Bob Reid Business Family Pack. So if you hear about a family pack, that's where it originated. I'm the one that put it together. I'm the one that helped the company understand it. Yeah, that's legal. You can have personal membership and a company membership at Costco and at Sam's and everywhere else. So we should be able to have a personal membership and a company membership. A business family pack leverages you. So if you haven't heard about that, you need to ask questions about it, because everybody ends up with one at some time or another. And that's the greatest way to leverage, because see, that's how we make the income we make, because I no longer build my business. I build my wife's business, and she's on my pay side. So you need to have a little understanding about this. I went through this foundational period for 8.5+ years with 7K. This is the message I'm finally getting to that I want you to hear. You new member or existing members that's really hearing this for the first time from me. Maybe you never got that message. Maybe you never got that text from me where I write it all out for you. Oh, it's very long. And I encourage people to read every bit of it. Some of their phones truncates it. They don't really get the whole message. But I went through those changes with this company, and every company has to have them change. But that's what I'm talking to. I'm talking about timing now. Just like the timing I got with that 18-month-old company in 96, this is the timing now for you. And everyone in your team that you get on in this next couple of years, you have the greatest timing of all with this company. I went through those formative foundational stages where 7K went from a rented couple of offices to owning their own corporate land, site, office building, expanding it, building their first private vault inside that office building, expanding their business, expanding their staff, expanding everything, and then expanding into stack and sell, kind of separate entity for our graded coins, And then into Sound Money and the Max Vault, a separate entity, but all correlated. So we can buy incremental gold. We make gold and silver affordable to the average person, and we teach them about it. We help them accumulate wealth and gain wealth and secure what wealth they have. We're a community of people helping people and reaching out and helping more people. And as our community exponentiates and explodes, we got that net base now. Here's what I want to share with you. You don't have to go through that like I and many of the people with me. I call our 7K lifers. It's George Donaldson, one of the first persons, Woodrow and George, first two people I sponsored that night. Older than me, both of them. 7K lifers. We're going to be here no matter what. No matter what change happens, no matter what happens, we're hanging around the flagpole. And you should too. Now 7K has their entire infrastructure totally paid for. Where we used to have to renew our membership every year, now 7K has memberships lifetime. You don't have to renew. Now they've made a subscription option half the price of what we paid and had to communicate to people, explain to people, answer their objections, go through all of that with people for 8.5 years. You don't have to do that. Oh, well, you're going to have people have questions. Sure. But not the kind we had. Not the kind that we persevered through, persisted through. You'll have to have perseverance and persistence and patience. But they've got their infrastructure paid for. Their 7kmetals buildings and land and distribution and vault and everything there at Yellowstone and Idaho Falls. And then in Rigby, Idaho, about 30 minutes or so from the 7kmetals headquarters, you got the Sound Money and the Max Vault and the Stack and Sell Vault, all right there, and all those facilities and all those robotics and all those programs and everything, and the staff that's been self-grown and developed, all that infrastructure paid for with 7K. They're ready to expand and grow. That's why they've made these enhancements. Don't have to have a renewable membership every year. Lifetime. Get it. You get 3 businesses wrapped in one. E-commerce, gold and silver, modern collectibles, vaulting, business. A company that's decades ahead of the old staid gold and silver dealers and brokers and discounters for decades and decades. 7K is here. 7K is here to become the largest company in the precious metals industry and is one of the largest modern collectible marketers in the world. Our unique, rare, modern collectible coins changing that whole industry. Desired by anyone that really learns and knows about them. And we're the ones, the members, that get the benefits of that. So it's worthwhile you learning about that industry, that part of diversification of precious metals. So let me, in a quick heartbeat, explain and show you what I'm talking about. Welcome to 7K. Welcome to changing your and your family's life and your children's life, because this is that opportunity for the next 5-10 years for you, okay, and your family. if you take advantage of it. I want you to take advantage of it. That's why I'm doing this. This is why I'm making this available, okay, to everyone. So I'm going to do this real quick, real fast, so you understand. I'm not going to teach you the comp plan, but it's a very, very simple thing. It's a left team and a right team. It goes to infinity, okay? You earn points by us building the membership, and the company's going to share it with us. Not like Costco, not like Sam's Club, like not Amazon. They keep it all, and they make their money off those memberships. Well, we went through 8 years of that, of us doing it, and we had to do it because that was also another part of our income was the renewal, but we don't need those anymore because we have a nut to build from, and then exponentiate that we can do it by what we have, and we make a better deal for the new members and expanding around the globe. Well, that's where our opportunity is. Okay. And then buying a product from one of our 5 subscriptions existing. And of course, those will change with time, just like our subscriptions change. We had 1 subscription when I started. Now we got 5. And the latest one, 7K Pro, which you'll learn about. Hopefully you already has saw a little bit of training about it. That is significant. That's what's going to make us be a global company. And now everybody earns gold, earns silver, and everybody gets gold deposited when they get their membership. So you see, we have a real simple comp plan based on a 500-point cycle. That never changed. Well, we did give the 250 half check to get people money in their hands fast. That's at 250, below 500. Okay, but everything over 500 or accumulates above 500 is in 500-point cycle. That's all you need to learn. Then you need to learn this chart. What your scoreboard tells you, if you got an active left and an active right, and you got 500 points left, 500 points right, or 250, you get to 250, or 500 or more, you get a $500 check. That's worth building. That's what your first goal is, to get yourself to that. And if you start having volume above that, then you want to make sure you're qualified to get $1,000 check, because you can get paid on the volume above that through various ways, but only in a $500 cycle. So it's real simple chart. That's all you have to do is look at the chart. These come from our 5 subscriptions. Okay. Then a picture says 10,000 words. So we call it the power of 4. And so if you are enrolling at $5.99, hopefully that's what you did. If you didn't, go upgrade yourself, commit yourself. That's part of what we're doing. And then you're looking for business partner. You'll take the 149s, you'll take the you'll put them in. But what you're really looking for is a business partner, left and right. And so when you get 2 of them, that'll be 300 points on your left team, 2 of them on your right team. That'd be, you'll make a $250 check. Well, you're also going to earn instant gold. 80, 80, 80, 80, $320. But your membership, you got $40 in instant gold in deposit in your account. So now you got $360 of gold, $250. Heck, you got all your money back. And if you do the in a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, a whole month, you got all your money back or more. And you get free silver through our loyalty points program. That's another thing. So the commission points are one way to earn dollars. The instant gold pay is how you earn gold. The loyalty points is how you earn silver once a month. That's pretty powerful when you just think about that. Now, if it takes you all year to get this, it's worth that, but you got to put time, effort, and you got to learn how. Now, only for a short period of time, and maybe I shouldn't do it, but they run specials every once in a while. And they have one going right now for new people up until May 17th, where they double points for 14 days for new people. Same points come up to everybody else, but for new people, you get to make money quicker, faster, and more oftener. That's powerful. Okay. So Learning how to do what I just said, and I'll just tell you, here's part of my 7 pieces of paper. I'm not going to train it, but I want you to see. It takes 2 years to learn anything in life. You don't start out to be a carpenter or electrician without learning how. Well, you're not going to be a great big network marketer. The only difference between a doctor, a chemical engineer, an accountant, uh, people go to college, they're paying money and all they do is learn hard. You get to earn while you learn here. That's beauty. You get to earn while you learn. You get those 1099 tax benefits. But if you're not doing and you're not learning, don't expect to make money. Don't expect to just join, sit back, and, oh, I've talked to a few people and now I should be rich. That's not how it works. You read this and you find something wrong with what I wrote here. That it took, this is very short, very concise, but it's real. Now, if you want a recurring income, you want something to last, you got the opportunity of your lifetime to do it. Then you say, well, what do I got to do? Well, I'll give you your 5. Here's what you do in those 10 hours. Exactly these things, but the way that we teach. Company gives you the basic training. I give you my advanced training. Company gives you scripts. I give you my scripts. You want to do it and you want to do it right. I suggest you learn my system. And if you hadn't been taught my system, you're in my group. You find a leader that teaches my system between you and me. And there's somebody between you and me that does that. Okay. And then you have a chance to build your left team and right team the way I teach. So you have harmony in your team and that you're working in a team. So I have some rules with bloodlines. Okay. Then this is how you exponentiate. You're to get your 2, but you're to get your 2 with help. And then if everybody's only half as good as you, and if it took you 12 years, but you got to stick with it, doing the same thing, doing what I just taught, that job description, for 12 years, 10 hours a week for 12 years. Well, if you end up with 1,000 people on the left team and 1,000 that are doing their subscription, maybe you'll end up with 4,000. But only 1,000 of them are on the subscription because most people are just customers. Well, 15,000 points coming up every month on the left and right team. Well, I tell you what, you better have 5 personal left, 5 personal right, so you're at least a silver, so you can make some $3,500 checks. But I'd have 8 on my left and right because you might make a $5,000 check one of those weeks. Okay, well, that's the kind of stuff you'll need to learn and how it's done. And yes, network marketing works. If it worked for so many other people, if you tried it before and you failed, don't worry, you got the opportunity now. You finally found the right one. Hello. Then you got to work on your attitude every day. Every day. I read it. I teach people to read it every day, along with 15 minutes in the Bible for leadership training. You get these 3 beliefs entrained in you, and you really believe the fact that you can do it, you will succeed. I hope you see what I see. I hope you understand what I'm saying. And I hope you become as successful as God intends you to be for you and your family. Now, notice I talked about income a little bit. I shared income. I talked about what it is. Maybe I didn't share one last thing that I needed to share when I talked about the comp plan. And so I'm going to go back to that and share it with you. It's not that piece of paper. Sometimes I can't find the right share button when I'm doing things fast. Maybe it's here. Nope. Same one. Let me get it. I'll get there. I promise. Maybe it's here. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Escape this. I'm trying to get to it. Oh, here it is. Where is it? Maybe it's here. There it is. Okay. We got there. I had to find the 7K Advantage page, but we'll get there. Okay. When you log into your back office, okay, when I was talking about that comp plan, your left team and your right team, okay, and you're going to have counters, and that's that chart. So this is your left team counter, your right team counter. So you don't have to know where the people are, where they're placed, none of that stuff. You just put them left and right, and so do they. Okay. I've got 14 actives on my left. I got 50. It'll tell you what your check's going to be. Okay. Everybody starts 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Not everybody gets here in 8.5 years. But I want to tell you, I had 3 people in my group, in my left team, that made 12,500 a week checks, multiple weeks, many, many weeks before I ever made my first $12,500 check. So see, it's not the people at the top that makes all the money. You can make it to, you can make more money than I make or other people make. It's all up to you because the opportunities now, this company is going to be expanding globally from country to country. We just certified, got equipped to do business. Don't have anybody doing business, but we're in 32 countries. We're available to do business in 32 countries right now. So we're going to be expanding coast to coast nationwide, doubling up our membership will, which will double up the reach to reach out to people, somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody in one of those other countries. And then they get to have that growth. Your growth, your ability to make money is so much greater than mine. And it's going to come at a shorter period of time. If you see, if you catch the vision of what I'm talking about for you and your family, and you can do this. Welcome to 7K. Welcome to our team. Do whatever it takes to learn how to secure your wealth, accumulate more wealth, build your wealth, and build a recurring legacy income for your children's children. Thank you. Pleasure meeting you. I look forward to personally meeting you. I look forward to working with you. I look forward to helping you become all that God intends you to be financially. You now have the greatest opportunity in your hands. Thank you. Appreciate you.